Welcome to the Explainer. So if you've been on the hunt for a highly tactical, incredibly high-stakes D&D 5e 2024 campaign to jump into, well, consider this your official urgent recruitment briefing. We're breaking down a call to defend an elven frontier village known as Latherial's Rest. And look, this isn't your standard meet in a tavern and see what happens kind of adventure. You're stepping right onto the battlefield. You'll be serving on a governing council that's desperately trying to protect their ancestral lands from total annihilation. We're going to look at exactly what this sandbox mega dungeon is all about, the nitty-gritty mechanics, and why you'll absolutely want to enlist right now. Okay, let's dive into this. The lethality here, it is high. Survival is absolutely not guaranteed. The whole campaign is built as a sandbox mega dungeon, but it plays out through a series of standalone one-shots. Think of it kind of like the classic Keep on the Borderlands, but totally dialed up to 11 with planar rifts, undead horrors, abyssal incursions, and this massive, sprawling, magical dungeon lurking just beneath reality. Because it's episodic, you can drop in for a single adventure or keep coming back week after week to uncover the deeper recurring plotlines. But make no mistake, if you want to make it out of those deep sectors alive, your tactical play and teamwork have got to be completely flawless. So what does the actual gameplay look like? It's designed with a very specific playstyle in mind. We're talking 70% combat, 20% roleplay, and 10% exploration. If you're the type of player who just loves optimizing tactics, analyzing the battlefield, and really pushing those 5e 2024 combat mechanics to their absolute limit, that massive combat slice right there is calling your name. The whole thing is built specifically to test your strategic skills against some seriously overwhelming odds. Section 1. Logistics. Gathering the defenders. We all know the biggest hurdle for joining any new game is usually scheduling, right? The true end boss of D&D. But Dungeon Master Rusty is offering some incredible global flexibility here. The preferred time is Sundays at GMT-6, but there are slots that work for Perth at 8 p.m., the East Coast of Australia late at night, USA Central early in the morning, and the UK in the afternoon. Plus, if you manage to bring a group of 3 or more players to the table, alternative time slots can actually be considered. It's highly accessible for a weekly game. To actually get into the game, the technical setup is super straightforward. You'll need Fantasy Grounds Unity for your virtual tabletop and Discord for voice chat. It's on a weekly schedule, and this is a big one for players looking for a relaxed, focused environment. There is absolutely no streaming, no cameras, no performance pressure. You and your party can purely focus on the tactical gameplay and surviving the horrors of the mega dungeon. Section 2. Forging your hero. Level 9 Veterans. So the crucial point is how character creation actually works to maintain a fair but highly capable party. You're rolling up 9th level characters. You aren't squishy novices, you are powerful veterans sitting on the governing council. To build them, you're using the Player's Handbook 2024, the Dungeon Master's Guide 2024, and the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide. Got custom requests from other official 5e content? It's open, you just need DM approval. And to make sure party balance stays intact, everyone uses a shared standard array, 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8, or the standard 27-point buy. This keeps everyone's base stats heroic, but strictly on an even playing field. But hey, your mechanics are only half the story. The lore is just as strictly defined. Every single character must possess a compelling, deeply rooted reason to defend Latherial's Rest. Elves of all subraces are the core citizens and leaders. Half-elves are accepted, usually in military or administrative roles. Halflings hold important working roles, though local tradition definitely keeps them off the council. And they'll need a strong backstory for why they're so bonded with the elves. You see, the Latherial elves are deeply insular. If you're wanting to play any other ancestry, you're going to need strict DM approval and a phenomenal backstory explaining exactly how you managed to earn a place inside that sanctuary. Now, what's really interesting is your starting wealth. You get a massive 1,100 gold pieces. Because you're starting at level 9, you don't just get your standard class and background equipment. Nope. You are granted a robust 1,100 GP to completely customize your loadout before Session 1 even kicks off. And here is exactly how you can spend that gold in the pregame market economy. You can actually purchase additional magic items using a revised price scale. Common items like your basic potions are 50 GP. Uncommons like your standard +1 weapons or armor run 300 GP. And you are allowed to buy exactly 1 rare item for 800 GP. Now notice that very rare and legendary items, not permitted to be bought at the start. If you want the really good stuff, you have to earn it down in the dungeon. This sets a very clear expectation on starting gear power levels, while still giving you the absolute freedom to optimize your build from day 1. Section 3. The Arsenal, your 5-item wish list. Okay, I love this mechanic.
Instead of relying on random loot tables that might just hand your wizard a great ox they can't even lift, you get to submit a personalized 5-item wish list during character creation. As you explore the mega dungeon and take down specific bosses, these exact items will drop as tailored loot. You get to specify a weapon drop, an armor drop, a one-time consumable drop, a charged item, like a wand or staff, and a wildcard item, for thematic utility. Lower rarity items will drop early on, but your high-tier wishlist items, those are heavily guarded by the dungeon bosses. It directly rewards your in-game exploration with exactly the gear you need to survive. It's brilliant.
Section 4. The twist. The soul-binding bargain. Here's where things get genuinely terrifying. Latherial's Rest has this ancient magical ward that anchors the souls of its native elves. When you inevitably fall in this high lethality dungeon, the horror progression begins. Step 1. Immediate revival. You automatically rise as the soulbound dead, returning to life with no mechanical penalties in the short term. Sounds great, right? Well, step 2 is the tether. You are now a prisoner. If a soulbound character leaves the magical influence of Latherial's Rest, they die, permanently. Step 3 is the ticking clock. If you remain soulbound for several weeks, you gradually lose your identity and memories, eventually transforming into a mindless wight, doomed to defend the village forever as an unliving sentinel. Which brings us to step 4. Is there a cure? Rumors speak of high-level rituals that can sever the bond, but no living soul in the village actually knows them. You have to find it yourself. Section 5. Session 0 Teaser. The Rifts Open. Let's see how this all builds. Once you finish character creation, you'll actually complete a solo Session 0. This is your immediate call to action. Dimensional rifts are tearing through your sanctuary, actively targeting your key structures and defenders. Each rift leads directly to a hostile enclave. To save your home and, crucially, to find the power needed to break the curse of the soulbinding, you must plunge into these rifts, conquer the dungeon sectors beyond, and take down the shadowy mastermind pulling the strings. Which leaves you, the potential player, with one final, epic question. Will you roll the dice, optimize your tactics, and defend Latherial's Rest? Or will you fall to the mega dungeon and become just another mindless sentinel bound to its walls? The recruitment is open, the tactical challenge is set, and the rifts are waiting. Are you ready to enlist?